Glad to have you here again. And in today's episode, I want to revisit a very powerful episode that I did it was episode 202, called the $1 Million Per Hour Coach. So that maybe we can make this part 2 of the $1 Million Per Hour Coach. And I went through a really, again, if you haven't listened to that episode, go listen to that now, episode 202, before you listen to this one, because it really it gives a lot of context for what I'm going to go through. But basically, what I spoke about on that episode was, your highest leverage activity for your business is coming up with better offers. Basically, that's and I spoke about this particular case study. This guy who came up with this one offer, like this one sentence, which I'm going to go through in a second. That's basically built a multi-million-dollar company off this one sentence, this one offer. And I was thinking, actually, let me talk about that offer now. So the offer was, I will help you generate, he's a real estate kind of coach. He said, I will help you generate income in real estate within 72 hours. So generate income, that's the result, in real estate within 72 hours without risking any of your own capital. So they don't even have to invest any of their own capital, but they get to share like half the profits with him. Right, so that's his one-liner. And basically he just built his business off that one offer. As you can tell, like it's a great offer. But let's talk about like why that's such a great offer. Okay, so what I'm going to go through now is like what I've been thinking about, and why I wanted to record this episode is like the dream. I call it the dream. The dream offer frame. Let's call it the dream offer framework, where it's literally a dream. Like this is an offer that you wouldn't ever be able to replicate, but you want to get it as close to this dream offer as possible. And then when I show you the framework, then you'll see how this coach, that offer that I just read off, how he has come very close to that offer, and you'll see why his offer is so powerful now. Okay, so here's the dream offer framework. This is like a dream scenario. Get this result, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, get this result. That's the most important part. So lose 30 pounds, get 10 dates, right? So get this result, whatever that is, get more clients. Today, right now, get this result right now, get 10 clients, right, like instantly. That's the dream result, right? They want it as soon as possible. Get 10 dates, lose 30 pounds right now. So again, we're talking about, this is literally a dream scenario. So get dream result right now. So is it fast, cheap? So I'm just going over the framework in my head. So I was just reading it off before. So get this result right now, for free or for cheap. Basically free is the idea. Again, it's the dream scenario. For free, get it without spending any money. Okay, so you want to get as close to that as possible with your own offer for free. Again, dream scenario here, so because your clients want it for free, by clicking this button. Okay, that's the second to last part. By clicking this button. So very simple. They just want to get the result now. Don't have to pay anything. All they have to do is just click a button, and they'll lose 30 pounds by clicking a button. They get it free. And the final part, which sometimes doesn't apply, or guarantee, right? Or you will do this for them. So what will you do for them if that dream scenario doesn't come off, right? So let's analyze that again. So get this result right now for free. Don't have to spend any money. So for free, what's the next part? Oh my gosh, my mind is not. This is what happens when you have like a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. I don't know, all the parents out there, my brain is like just not what it used to be. I'll blame that on. I'll blame that on my kids. So get this result right now for free by clicking this button. Or guarantee. So let me just give you an overarching view of like what that actually is. So get the result, because people want simple. So that's the clicking the button part, right? They want simple, like really easy. They want cheap, like low cost. So that's the free part. And so simple, cheap, and they want it quick. So get the result right now. They want it instantly. So when you're, thinking about your own coaching offer and okay, how do I create a really desirable offer? That's the framework that you want to use. You want the get result right now, for free or cheap, by doing something really simple, clicking a button, or you'll do this for them, like all the guarantee, or I'll work with you for free until you do, or I will give you this, or whatever the guarantee is, right? I mean, it's obviously if it's a free offer, you're not going to give them it for free because they're already getting it for free. But anyway, the point is they wouldn't be getting it for free anyway if it's a coaching offer. And that's not really the lesson here. The lesson is, okay, how can I get my offer as close to that as possible? So that's, again, let's go back to that other offer now. It's going to make a lot more sense. So the real estate offer, which is I will help you make money in real estate, right? That's the result, make money in real estate. Number one, that's really key. That's like that's numero uno of the whole thing. Like, what problem are you solving? I've spoken about this many times before. Number two is they want it now. Well, this guy promises it within 72 hours. That's pretty good. It's not like instantly. It's not like, hey, join the program and I'll give you money instantly. But 72 hours is pretty close. And then the final part, he doesn't go into simple, right? So he didn't have, and I'm going to actually explain his offer in a second on how he actually achieves this. So he doesn't have the simple part, so we don't know if it's hard or not or easy. He's just left that out because the final part of his offer is just like without risking any of your own capital. So we don't know if it's simple. We do know that it's very fast. We do know that it's low risk, without risking any of your own capital. So it's kind of cheap, right? But we don't know if it's simple. But it doesn't really matter. Like, your offer, that dream offer framework, that is, again, just a framework. You don't have to have every single element. It's just a guideline on like how many of these elements can I get in. So he's left off the simple part. So let me actually explain his offer. So now you can see why his offer is so strong, because it gets very close to that dream offer, the dream offer framework. Okay. So I'll actually explain how his real estate offer works. I haven't really gone into that in this podcast, but if you go listen to when it's launched, my 6-Figure Coaches show, you will dive into it. We'll dive into it in more detail. But basically, what he does is he has a team that knows how to find deals. Okay, so whatever it is, real estate deals, like properties to invest in. Okay, so he'll go to whatever city, Houston, and he'll locate a bunch of properties that are for sale. But in order for him to know that it's a good deal, he actually needs boots on the ground. He needs people to actually go to the property and do certain checks or whatever. So that's where this offer comes in, right? So he's basically come up with an offer that says, look, what I will do if I can find people in certain cities, right, to actually go to these properties for me, check out the properties, do all this stuff for me, like get boots on the ground, get me all this data to know that it's a great deal. What I will do is I will, I'll start paying them right away for that work. Plus, I will use I'll put my own money on this property, and then I'll split the profits with them. So that's how he does it. Basically, the people who join his program, they're actually doing work every day, or it's most weekends for them, I guess. Maybe 15 to 20 hours a week or whatever. Doing research on different properties for this guy. And if they do the research, because that's part of the program, then he will split the he'll put all of his own money in his own capital, and he will split the profits with them. So I think it's an amazing offer. You just got to be willing to just do the work, go around to different houses and do what he wants you to do. So anyway, that's his offer. That's how he actually fulfills on this real estate offer. So the program is a bit different because I don't think you actually learn how to actually locate deals. I'm not sure the extent of the program. It's more just you work your butt off and I'll help. I mean, you are getting kind of investment properties out of it as well, or at least the profit. Sorry. So anyway, that's how he does the deal. So if you go back to my previous episode on the $1 million per hour coach, I speak about the importance of of like coming up with, spending time thinking about your offer and coming up with a stronger offer, because that's your highest level. Like that's, your offer is what's going to be building your company, just like it has for this guy. And so what I have endeavored to do on this episode is give you that framework, that dream offer framework. So you have it there now. So get this result, get it instantly, get it for free or cheap, get it by really simply by pushing a button, right? Now what you want to do is you want to go, okay, because this is what this guy did. He didn't actually start his company with this offer. He looked at what the market was struggling with and he improved his offer. He iterated on it. So what you want to do is, I would come up with like a dream offer as close to the framework that I just mentioned. And then you would look at your coaching and go, okay, what can I change about my program that could actually get them that result faster? That could actually maybe get them a bigger result, start off with. So get a bigger result. Hang on, sorry, there's a truck going by. So number one, what's the result you're promising? Can you actually promise a better result? Number two, can you get it in a shorter time frame? If not, what could you, what could you change about your coaching program to actually deliver that result? Could you get other people to come in? Could you get assets from somewhere else where other people are delivering certain parts of the program so you can move along a lot faster? Could you maybe promise a smaller result and get them that in a shorter, like, so for example, if you're in weight loss, instead of offering to help them lose 50 pounds, maybe they just lose 20 pounds in 20 days or something. So you're actually reducing the result, but by doing that, you can actually decrease the time frame a lot, which makes it more appealing because they're getting kind of a good result in a shorter time period. So anyway, thinking about what you could do with your coaching program to actually make it a good result, really fast, cheap, and also, fast, cheap, and simple. So like kind of by pushing a button. So simplifying your actual process that you use to get results. Like the ideal scenario is like you do it for them, right? That's why done for you offers are very appealing, because the person just just pay them and then they do it and you do it for them. But obviously if you're like in weight loss or something, you can't like run on the treadmill for them. But anyway, it's just like I wanted to share that framework with you so that when you're crafting your own offer, you really know what you're aiming for, and you know that the closer you get to that dream offer framework, the more appealing your offer is going to be, the easier it's going to be to get appointments and to grow your coaching business. Okay, this is so I would look at your market for ideas, look at your competitors for ideas, look at your coaching program for ideas on pieces that you could improve, right? Because he basically changed his company, I believe. He restructured his whole offer, his whole process to be able to deliver that result. Because he's like, oh, people are really unhappy with real estate because of all these problems, like, it takes so long to generate money and all this thing. Is like, well, what could I do? It's like, well, I'm good at like finding deals. All I really need is someone on the ground. If I had just someone on the ground, then I could really, and I put in my own capital, because I know people don't want to risk their own capital. I would be willing to do that if they just go to these properties for me and make sure the deal is a good deal. If I could do that, I could promise them, generating revenue or generating income from real estate within 72 hours without risking any of their own capital. Oh my gosh, that's an amazing offer. So again, it's just like an iterative process. It's just brainstorming, but it's your highest leverage activity if you want to be a successful coach. This is where you should be spending a little bit of time thinking about, if you don't already have a strong offer, coming up with one, because it's, as I said, the time you spent thinking is going to be worth hundreds of thousands, possibly millions, just like this particular coach, if you do come up with a strong offer. Okay, so with that being said, this is obviously one of the main things that we help you with in our program. So we've got a done with you program or a done for you program to help you get more quality appointments, and this is literally the first step that we do, whether it's in the done with you or the done for you. Okay, so if you want to know if we can help you book more quality appointments, help you grow your coaching business, package your offer, price it at a sell a high ticket offer, all you have to do is go to apply.lukecharlton.com, apply.lukecharlton.com, and that'll take you through to a 15-minute call just to see if we can help in the first instance. And if we can, we'll map out a whole plan for you on how we can help book you consistent appointments online for your coaching business. Okay, so go to apply.lukecharlton.com and I'll see you in the next